go.
Hello, 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 hello.
Got it.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hope
Anyone
everybody is
out
doing well.
there? Remember when people used to say hello out there in TV land?
Right, right. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land.
Right, right.
I hope everybody's doing good. Um, Gonna wait just a little bit while people are coming in.
Yes, come in, come in. Entrez-vous. I remember that from French. Are you paused? I think that you are frozen. How are you frozen in the front of the show? Like frozen like crazy. Guys, we're having a little technical difficulties. It seems like Casey has frozen. Frozen to the point where I can't even hear him, which is insane. Casey, if you can hear me, oh, there you are. You froze. Or did your battery die? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Can't hear
There
you.
we go.
There you
Can
are.
you, I'm so sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened.
Me
Technical
either.
difficulties. I apologize. That was crazy. And I was about to give a quick shout out too.
I'm like,
Um,
what happened?
I don't know.
I look up
But I
and
do
I'm
want to
like,
give a shout out. We got brother Brent in the building. Thank you,
hi,
Mr. Brent, for
Brent.
coming, stopping by. Technical difficulties. I don't know what happened.
I looked up and I'm like, where is he?
I don't know what
Because
happened.
I just didn't hear any more talking. That was very interesting. Um,
Very
yeah,
well. We are starting to have people starting to come in. I actually am sending out a link. So give me a quick second. I tried to have everything ready. I apologize. Um, Here goes the link.
I was going to say, while he is doing that, I can tell you guys about my week. Well, not a big thing, just a little tidbit about my week. My son has gotten his associate's degree. Finally, it has
Nice.
only taken him 2 years plus 365 days.
Nice. Congrats. Congrats. That's what's up. That's what's
but
up.
but it is done.
It is.
So, hey, so what? It took him a little time. It's done.
The fact is he has it.
Right. Exactly.
And he's
Exactly.
definitely ahead of the curve of a lot of other people who
Right.
don't even get past high school, unfortunately.
Right.
But no, that's what's up though. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's
So
what's up. Congrats on that.
happy about that.
Everybody, give
Yay.
him a round of applause, man. That's
Yay.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm
What?
ready. Are
Oh,
you ready? I
ah.
see. I see that the
Oh, the
chat
chat's full.
the chat is full.
Oh, yay, guys. Well, let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So again, all the usual suspects. Welcome, welcome. It's always a pleasure. But if this is your first time tuning in, thank you. We're a local online news show. We talk about local, national, and international news. I am your co-host, Aaron Casey,
I'm your somebody. Lana
the
Quest.
host.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm here.
Yes, yes. Well, we have an awesome action-packed show for you guys today. But with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Our first segment is quick news, so we're just gonna give you the headlines, all the information that you will be hearing about tonight. You will find in the description below after the show. So once everything is done, you'll be able to go into the description, go to the links, read the articles. There is going to be one link to a video, so you'll be able to check that as well.
And before you get into that, everyone, take a minute, please. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Please
Yes.
like, share this video. We appreciate it. We're not going to say it again until the end of the show.
Awesome. Awesome. There it is. There it is. That is your first reminder. Your first.
First reminder.
But let's get right into the quick news. So up first, we got to talk about the orange agent himself. This past couple weeks, this has been going down, but one of his allies has just got busted. Um,
Oh.
Crazy. So sad. So sad. Um, Next, if you guys haven't heard, if you're living under a rock, wink, wink, Jeff Bezos left this rock the other day. He went up and out of space in
He
his
did.
origin blue, phallic shaped uh, rocket.
Now,
Now,
why did I not notice that and you did?
it
Do they
it's
have to be shaped
wild.
like that?
It
Do they have to be shaped like that, don't they, kind of?
No, I mean you have a silhouette, but he went full stop and was just anyway.
Well, I
I'll
mean, he's
have wait.
blasting off, so technically, it's
I,
like blast off. I don't know.
yo,
I swear we haven't
it-
been drinking today. This is just
no, no, no. But speaking of that, hold on one second. Mm.
oh, look at
We got some what's up people news cups.
Yay.
So delicious, so delicious. But moving right along, there will be an update, or there are updates to a story that I talked about last week about the Haitian president being assassinated. A lot of developments have happened over the past couple weeks, past couple days. Things have been moving very fast. Um, but there's two different things I want you guys to check out. The first one, a new prime minister has been, um, I guess, appointed. He's having a swearing in. If it wasn't yesterday, either it's today or tomorrow, but it's happening soon. Um, so that's happening. But the second thing is, which I think is really most important and kind of what we always talk about, is the people. Um, a pro democracy advocate by the name of Monique uh, Kleska has her thoughts and opinions on what's been happening, and her thoughts and opinions on this new prime minister that again I think has been appointed. That's the video that I was talking about at the top of the show. Um, she goes in. She goes in. So you guys definitely check that out. It's very important because a lot of stuff been going on with Haiti since 2010, decades. So definitely, if you have friends, family that are Haitian, yourself, please check these out. It's some real, it's important information for you guys. But moving right along, if you guys haven't seen, if you look up in the sky at night and you normally see a big white ball, recently it's been orange. And there's a couple reasons why. But one of the reasons is because of what's going on in Oregon and in the West Coast, the heat. The fire is happening in a place called Bootleg Park. I thought that was kind of weird. You would name
Right.
a national forest bootleg,
Right.
but we won't get into the weeds on that. That's kind of odd. But if you live in Oregon, please let us know why it's called bootleg. Is it shaped like a boot? I don't know, but that's part of the reason. There's a big fire. A lot of acres have been burnt down. We actually talked about this last week. Um, it is devastating. But that's actually part of why you see the moon is orange. It's because of all the smoke getting to the atmosphere. Anyway, I won't get into it. I'll just make sure you guys have a link to that article. Moving right along, we got some local news. So for everybody in the state of Massachusetts, it's a happy day, maybe for some, not all. But if you're a betting woman or man, congratulations, you are now able legally to bet on sports, all sports,
Wow.
college sports, pro
Wow.
sports. hockey sports, basketball sports, all of that. So they
So you
passed
mean
if you,
that online betting type of
uh,
thing?
yeah, that and going to where I don't bet, so I'm not sure how it
Me,
works.
me either.
I know,
Me either.
like I go to a casino,
Right.
pull the lever. I can bet on that,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how or where you can do it. But you can do it now legally here in the state.
Okay.
So if you like to bet and you got some skills, hey, you can do it now
Let's go.
legally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and lastly, um, actually, Miss Quest talked about this. Um, I think on the last episode about what's going on with the Olympics and how they're not making the swimming caps for ladies with natural hair. And when I seen this story, it definitely made me think of that. But the Norway handball team, or for people who don't know, volleyball, for all you Americans out there, um, the Norway volleyball team has been fined because they don't feel comfortable wearing the bikini outfits that they have to wear. Now, this is a beach volleyball team. So if you guys ever seen any of those '80s surfer movies, you always see girls bikinis playing beach ball. Um, Animal House, I think there was a couple scenes in that, but it's just basically it's more professional. But yeah, they got to wear bikinis. That has nothing to do with the sport. It doesn't interfere. It's just some horny guys. It's dumb. But they got fined for that. All they want to do, instead of wearing some bikinis, anyway, I'll let y'all read the article. Um, and with that being said, that is the end of quick news. You see how quick that was?
That was quick, and that was so quick. But the last story, let's just be real. It's very misogynistic, to make those women want. I had to say something. How are you gonna make someone wear a bikini? Like all these years, no one ever thought like, and the women probably were uncomfortable for all these years
hmm
around, jumping around in little bikinis while men get to wear what shorts and t-shirt. Like, come on, man, that's
How
crazy.
does that how does that help the game? Like I play sports, I
It
play
doesn't.
football, basketball, play baseball, ran track. I love sports. I consider myself athletic. But I can see if it was something that stopped, hindered, you know, gave you an advantage. I can see them saying, no, you have to wear this. But it's shorts.
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
dumb.
It's
It's dumb.
ridiculous.
But enough
Yeah.
of me in the quick news. Miss Quest, you now have the floor.
I have the floor, and it is time for our game. Guess the quotes. So, if
Boom,
anyone out
boom,
there
boom.
is just watching and you're not in the chat, this is the time to get in the chat so that you can join in this game.
Right, right.
If you are new here, I just want to explain the game real quick, I swear. Uh, I'll say a quote. It is not verbatim, and you just guess who said the quote. Typically, it's from the prior week. Sometimes it's from a couple of weeks back. More often than not, it's about politics. And I do have a couple of questions in here too. So we're going to answer some questions as well, just to mix it up a little bit. So let's go.
Let's do it.
First
Let's do it.
quote. Everyone should know this. Senator Paul, you do not know what you're talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
Little
Some
snarky right there.
Yeah, someone grew a pair with this new administration. That is your hint. Them shoulders were up like this. And he was like, Senator Paul, you do not know what you're talking about. And quite frankly, I want to say it officially
Right?
said that this week. Yes, Zaddy Fauci. All right, next quote. This is an interesting one. Pay attention to this one. Not a lot of people think that we could have won. In fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. Wink, wink.
Oh,
I'll say it again. Not a lot of people think that we could have won. In fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. I may have to give you guys a hint
I
if you didn't pay attention this this
I
week.
can you can say one word and everybody would know. Everybody would.
Yeah. Not a lot of people think that we could have won. In fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. Tom Brady. Yes. Who?
Yes.
Yeah. Good job. Because I didn't think you guys would get that. That's so interesting that Tom Brady was throwing shade at the Republican Party and the Republicans and Trump, saying that, no one would have, people still don't think his team won. It's like he's totally throwing shade at the guy he supported. Like,
Right?
Tom Brady didn't
It,
change his mind. Like, I don't know.
hey, he went down to Tampa and was just like, you know what? Hey, I see what time it is.
Ye-
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, let's see. Oh, this okay, this one's gonna be a little long. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to cut some stuff off. While these maniacs are going through the place, I'm standing in the aisle, and he said, "Let me help you." I smacked his hand and told him, "Get away from me, you effing did this."
Ooh, he got an F bomb drop.
Yes. Mary said
Whoa.
Brady yawned. F bomb. While these maniacs are going through the place, I'm standing in the aisle and he said, "Let me help you." I smacked his hand and told him, "Get away from me. You effing did this." This is relative to January 6th. While these maniacs are going through the place, I'm standing in the aisle and he said, "Let me help you."
Oh,
Yes,
I know.
Cheney.
I
Yes,
know.
Liz
Yes.
Cheney. Look at these people. Brent got it. Michelle got it. Yay. You guys are great. And we're moving along. This is not too bad right now. Okay. I'm gonna have some questions here. Where's my first question? Okay. Who is the lone Republican chosen by Nancy Pelosi to be on the January 6th committee?
I'm gonna get us some Jeopardy little
Dun,
music.
dun, 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 dun,
Do
dun.
do do do
Oh, yeah.
do
Dun.
do 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, I'm gonna stop. We might get copyright. I
Oh,
don't
they
think we
got
can
it.
do
Yeah, I think they got it. Oh, I know
Nice.
copyright. That's true. Yes,
I
Liz
don't want to get
Cheney
caught.
is.
They gonna give us with a strike.
All right. So, as we know, Bezos launched into space. Who is the other billionaire that has launched into space?
Ooh.
What is his name? Oh, Brent's is real slow. He's way behind everyone else.
Uh-oh. It's all right, Brent. It's all right. It's all right.
Next question, I'll repeat that. So we know that Bezos just launched into space. Oh, good. Branson. Mary got
Right?
it. Good
There
job.
we go.
Yes, Branson. Branson. Okay, last question. Who are the first witnesses that will be testifying before the January 6th committee? Yes, sir. Richard Branson. Everyone got Branson. Good job. These people are paying attention.
I know they on top of it. They on top. That's why I say
Wow.
we got some of the best viewers, guests in
Right.
all of YouTube. What it is.
Who are the first witnesses to testify before the January 6th committee? Who will be testifying first? Last question.
Hmm.
Tick, 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 tick. Yes, Capitol Police. You guys are so good. Yes.
On point. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, Capitol Police. And that is the end of our game. You guys, I could go on forever. I love playing games. This is like
Right? Right? Yo, that was a
amazing.
good one. Oh, and
That
I think
was
the gentleman's name is Henry, the black gentleman. That's gonna be testifying.
Yes, they're all. Yes, they're all. They're Henry, and the other one. Like they all. I think it's four of them that's going to be testifying.
Awesome.
First. Yes. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, what kind of news you got for us, Casey? What's been going on
All
in the
right.
news this week? Let us have it.
I was actually going to put this into the quick news, but I just felt that, you know what, I got to talk about it a little bit in length. Talked about it last week. It's popping up in the news, the Delta variant. Um, I know you guys are tired of us, probably tired of me always talking about this, bringing it up. I'm tired of too. I'm tired of talking about this. There's so many other things that we could talk about, but people ain't getting it. And
Right.
this is life threatening.
Right.
Like the other stuff that we should be talking about is very important, but it's not life threatening.
Right.
It's not, you know, this is important, people. Um, the Delta variant, um, like I said last week, is popping up down south. Unfortunately, in some of these Republican states, Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, um, Missouri. It's not good, people. It's not good. And the head of the CDC, doc- uh, the head of the CDC, y'all know I'm horrible with names. But the head of the CDC says this particular variant is 55% faster than what Corona was prior last year up and this year up until we started the vaccine rollout. People started getting shot in the arm. Um, but it's moving faster, which means it's jumping quickly.
Right.
Before, I think it was. Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics. All I'm saying is she is saying it's moving faster,
Right.
and it's mainly affecting people who have not been vaccinated.
Right.
Um, there have been three particular strands of this Delta variant. First variant, which they're calling Alpha, was first located in the UK. Then it moved over here, transformed, um, and now we have what we have now, the Delta variant. People, please, this is a very serious issue. Um, I know people who gotten, who contacted COVID. Some people are doing good. Some people aren't doing so
Right.
good. And again, this was, of course, pre-vaccine. People didn't want to wear masks, things like that.
Right.
So I urge people, I urge you, please, if you haven't gotten a shot, please go get it. Go get it. You'll be, you know, better off. You'll be protecting yourself, your family.
Right.
Um, like Ms. Quest said last week, we are fortunate to be in Massachusetts where it does have one of the highest um, vaccination rates among its citizens,
Right.
but that's not enough. We have to let other people know, other states and other places, hey, y'all got to get y'all shit together.
Get it
I'm gonna just
Do you know where 40% of the new cases are coming from? Three, okay, I can't do my thing. Three states. I have to like three coming from three states, and that was going to be a question, but like three states. Do you know which three states? Just think about three states. Forty
um
percent of the cases.
yeah,
40%. Three states. Name one.
Tennessee.
No,
Oh,
three states, like the top three that they're coming from
the
right now.
top
You
three.
would
Oh,
think
I can't. I'm drawing a blank. What is that? What is that?
Florida, Texas, and Missouri have
Florida,
40,
Texas, and Missouri.
40% of the cases. Sorry, carry on.
No,
That's just
no,
insanity. That's
that's that's
insane.
that's ridiculous. That's
40%
ridiculous.
of all of the United States. Almost half of the cases are in three states.
That's
Yo.
sad, people.
Oh.
And again,
Deep.
I'll say it again. I'll get on rooftops. I'll be the fiddler on the roof. Republican Party. Uh, I feel sorry for those people, but and I don't mean to say it like that, but they've been lied to,
Right.
and it's so sad because now you see a big uptick
Yeah.
in the Republicans saying, "Hey, get vaccinated."
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
People may say, "Hey, better late than never." In this particular situation, that's not what you want to hear. That's
Right.
not what we want. Better late than never. Come on,
Right.
come on.
Right.
It's if we would have said, you know what, everybody, please stay safe. Wearing a mask is good. All of that, we might not be in this deep of a situation.
Correct.
But Republican Party, a lot of their leaders lied to their base. Their base ate it up. QAnon, they took it out of control. But anyway, again, please, people, get vaccinated if you can. Moving on to another important issue. Um, I actually should have led this, but um, what's going on in Mississippi uh, is 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 sad. The Attorney General um, went to the Supreme Court and said that Roe v. Wade is egregiously wrong, horribly wrong. It's not right. And this is the Attorney General of Mississippi. We've talked about this before, and I just want to keep you guys updated on this particular situation. But I like choice. I like to choose what I wear. I like to choose what I drink. I like to choose where I want to go. Hey, me and my lady want to go out. I like choices. She likes choices. Everybody likes choices. It's, I'm feeling like this. Nah, I want to do this. It's a choice. But right now, that freedom of choice is being threatened. Is being
Well, go
threatened
deeper
to its
with that
core.
choice, though. Go deeper with that choice. You can choose what you want to do with your body.
Yes,
That is the key. You can choose if you want a vasectomy. You can choose if you want to have a piercing.
you
Your
can choose.
body.
You
It's
it's
your,
your body,
right. It's your body. Yeah.
If you want to get the Mike Tyson tattoo on your face,
It's
hey,
your body.
have at it, Hoss. But right now, ladies are not having the ability to have that particular choice.
Right.
And Mississippi is leading that charge. They passed a law. I think this was where the heartbeat bill initially started, where um, you weren't allowed to have an abortion you could within the first 15 weeks. But I remember when we talked about it, it's not very often that ladies will know
Right.
within that time frame, excuse me.
Right. Right.
By taking that choice away, you're not you're giving them, you're putting them in a situation where you're doing more harm than good. A
Right.
lot of people and people who say, what if she was raped or a situation like that?
Right.
What then?
Right.
And of course, in arguments like that, you might have to go to the extreme. But if you look at it from a practical standpoint, maybe yes, she should have strapped up. They should have had safe sex. Of course, some people say the best safe sex is no sex at all. But you have to think about what time it is now. Look at the economy. How much does it cost to raise a kid? It's almost $500,000, maybe more than that. And that's just one. $500,000? Daycare, diapers, shoes. Kids' feet grow every day. You know what I mean? Like they get bigger, they get taller, they get hungrier, right? Like to raise a kid nowadays is expensive. It's you also have to look at the practicality. Is that lady, is that man, is that couple in a situation to raise that kid? Are they in a situation to where if they do, is he going to be in the system? Is he going to get caught up? Like, and of course, everybody wants the best for their kids, regardless of your situation. If you have a kid, you always want your kid to do better.
Yep.
If they're in a situation where the mom can't get a decent job, why? Because all the jobs are gone, the cost of living is skyrocket, and the only job they can get is below a livable minimum wage. Then what? Then the Republican Party is like, oh, got some story, some excuse why they can't help the mom out now. But yet they'll tell her, you got to have that baby. Maybe she's not mentally ready. And I don't mean that she may have a mental disability, but mentally, a lot goes into it. Not just caring, you have to be mentally strong. You have to be able to be like, all right, no, when they get sick, how are you going to handle that? Your priorities are for that kid. And if you don't have the resources necessary, that kid's not going to have a stable home because the mom is working or the dad is working. They're not there. Like there's a lot of things that come into place when raising a kid. And, for that particular situation, abortion will probably be the best thing to happen for both of them if they agree to it. Again, it's a choice. If the lady says, you know what, I feel I'm capable, that's her choice, that she can have the baby. But to say you're going to have it regardless,
Yeah, that's pretty asinine. I mean, it's the same
is
reason
is
why
wild.
it's the
It's
same reason
wild.
why they're trying to impose fines on people for not wanting to wear bikinis. Not me. This is just a misogynistic world. Like it's absolutely insane. The Republican Party has always been the party of we're going to tell you what to do with your baby. You have to have the baby, but once the baby is born, oh, they don't care. All the
It's
safety
yeah.
nets are gone. So it's ridiculous.
There's no more Planned Parenthood where they can get the medicine that they need. They can get additional help and resources so
Right.
that new moms, new dads, hey, I'm not sure really how to do this. Maybe their mom and dad don't live in the same state. Maybe, unfortunately, they have passed away. Maybe they may be older and don't have the time to really show. Planned Parenthood is there. They can help out. There's professionals, things like that.
Yep.
Ladies there to help other women, with, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a lady, obviously, but different things that's going on after they have the baby, things like that. There's no resources there. And so now this lady and this man have to raise a kid in an economy where you can't get a livable minimum wage. Rent is fucking asinine sky high, right? And what is it? What else is there? But anyway, this is a very important situation.
Yeah.
I want ladies to be able to have the choice. You
Yeah.
know,
For
it,
sure.
it's a choice.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I want to wear a pink shirt and a hot yellow tie. It's not gonna happen, but that's my choice.
Yeah.
And that's a minimal thing to taking away a lady's choice. Like that's dire. That's important. And again, yes, the extreme is possible, but also let's look at the practicality. Let's look at every day. Let's look at the economy. That's why a lot of people aren't really getting married because you got to have a job, and jobs is scarce. They don't Companies don't want to pay people. So we won't get into that particular aspect, but we will keep you updated because the Supreme Court has taken up this particular case from Mississippi. That's why the Attorney General was talking to the Supreme Court and said that the Roe v. Wade decision was egregiously wrong. I butchered that, but y'all get what I'm saying. So again, I'll make sure you guys stay updated with that. With that being said, I did have one more, but I will put a description. You can find out what's going on with Mitch McConnell in 2022. Um, yeah, he's trying to filibuster, block
Of
everything that we're doing.
course he is.
But y'all need to stay tuned to the show. We'll put the candidates and people in front of you that can help, that do want to make a change. So y'all definitely need to stay tuned for those shows and interviews. But with that being said, Miss Quest, you got it.
I got it. Hi, guys. Well, firstly, I want to say rest in power to Marcel Theo Hall, aka Biz Marquis. Um, she said he's just a friend. Born April 8th, 1964, sundown July 16th, 2021. So rest in power. Biz, no one beats the Biz.
Nope.
Um, the first thing that I wanted to highlight are two young ladies, Jayla Jackson and Imani Stanton. Excellence, just excellence. These two young women or ladies, well, they're actually still teens, so I guess young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
The first time in the history of the Harvard Debate Council, two Black girls won the debate. Jayla Jackson and Imani Stanton, congratulations, lady. And I picked this story to talk about not only because these two Black girls, they're Black, so that is cool. And, we like to highlight the accomplishments of Black people because for so many years, our accomplishments have been whitewashed and hidden. So that's why it's so important for us to, highlight the excellence coming out of the Black community. These two girls are from Atlanta.
Nice. Shout out Atlanta.
Right, right, right. So I guess Harvard has these annual summer debates. Harvard has been winning over the years consecutively. This is their fourth consecutive win. So the girls like got the baton and they just took off running and then brought home a win. Like, because how would that have looked? That would have been kind of crazy. Like the first time they get these Black girls to
Right.
do this, is like, rock, rock, rock. We lost. Better luck next time. But anyway, they rose to the occasion. This story is really important though, not just because of these, two Black girls coming out of Atlanta. It's because of Harvard and Harvard's program. So Harvard has an initiative. It was founded by the debate captain and this man, what is his name? Fleming. He wrote some book about diversity and inclusion. So
Mm-hmm.
they came up with this program to establish diversity, inclusion, and equity at Harvard, because as we know, Harvard is kind of lacking in that. So this program reaches underserved communities. And this particular program is reaching underserved communities in Atlanta. Why is it Atlanta? I don't know how they pick it. I don't know if it's a different place every year. I don't know. I just know that this time they went into Atlanta and found these two girls. They prepped them for a year, and these girls like brought it home. And it's very important because it goes to show you that all the stereotypes, like, Black people are lazy, but they're not as smart, Black, what is the other one? Affirmative action is giving someone a handout. It's not a handout. What it does is level the playing field, right? Because the playing field right now is not level. So you see how once that playing field was leveled to these two young ladies, right? Equity, diversity, inclusion, it was leveled. They rose to the occasion. They were brilliant. Had it not been for this particular program, we wouldn't have known about Jayla Jackson and Imani Stanton. We wouldn't they wouldn't even have realized their potential, right? They just
Right.
realized the great potential. So this really helped them realize who they are. So kudos to Harvard and this program. It's amazing. And they actually raise money for these girls to um, end up going to Harvard once they
That's
graduate
dope.
from high school. So that's, you know,
That's awesome.
using your platform for good. That's the ticket right there.
Mhm.
The next thing that I wanted to highlight as we're talking about young people, another young man, another young person, Mikey Williams out of San Diego. Mikey Williams signed with Excel Sports Management. He's a high school basketball player. As I said, he's out of San Diego. This deal that he made with Excel Sports Management is going to make him millions of dollars. I mean, it's going to make management more than that, but it's going to make him millions of dollars. He's still in high school and he's not eligible to go into to be drafted into the NBA until like 2024. He's 17 years old. But what happened was this is an interesting story because 2 years ago, a high school senior basketball player or any sport would not have been able to ink a management deal with
Mhm.
anyone or have anyone as their agent. But recently, maybe last month, or maybe it was this month, I'm not sure, the Supreme Court did something smart, even with Trump's pick. They made it so that college athletes can now make money while they're in college. Right. So for those of you who didn't know, those college athletes were not making any money. Their
Nothing.
jerseys with their names on it, but they made no money from it. The colleges were making fortunes off of the backs of these kids, predominantly minorities, because we know
Mhm.
that, minorities are in sports. I don't know what happened to you, Casey. There you
I,
go.
somebody was calling and interrupt.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. Phone call. It
That's
was
okay.
they know. I'm
Mm,
working.
that's okay. So right, so this affected mostly minorities. The colleges making money from them. A lot of those college athletes, if you didn't know, they didn't even have food for lunches. Right, their families were poor because oftentimes, sports is how they truly were getting out of their situations with sports because a
Mhm.
lot of them, didn't have the education. And we know it shouldn't always be education, but everyone's not, college
Mhm.
ready or whatever. So, you know, and actually they're really talented, right? So this is their
Right.
God-given talent as well. And they weren't making money from this. The colleges were making all the money. The Supreme Court said, you know what, they should be allowed to make money. So now they are making money. Yes, this kid is high school. He is the first high school basketball player or from any sport to ink a deal like this. And that is based upon his hard work on the court and off of the court. Mikey
Mhm.
Williams has over 5 million loyal followers throughout the platform. So he is a money maker within himself. If you don't understand how social media works, if you are on Instagram, YouTube, I don't know about Twitter, but if you have like over a certain amount of followers, you're going to start making money because people are going to advertise on your page. So he was
Yep.
already doing it. So that is why Excel Sports is like, we're going to get this money back twofold. This kid has already got sneaker deals lined up for him. So kudos to that. That's why you see how this all went back to the Supreme Court. So it
Mhm.
just went back to politics and voting. And a lot of people don't, still out here saying it doesn't affect me, they don't vote, but like how this worked. Like you don't even think
Mhm.
about the background of how this kid was able to do it simply because of the Supreme Court said yes. That's why. So that was that story. One
That was
more.
awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome because now, oh,
What I'm gonna say, and
go ahead.
a good advantage of this is now you're able to teach good money management skills because a lot of
Hopefully,
these
yeah.
athletes, regardless of sport, some of them don't know how to manage money.
Right,
Don't know how to manage money, and
right,
they blow it on investments.
right.
Girls, cars, jewelry, houses.
Cars. Oh my God. Yes,
Cars is
yes.
a big thing. Think about
Right,
the four, five, six. 10, 12 cars. And we're not talking Hondas, Camrys. No, we're talking high end Lamborghinis, Austin Martins, Bentleys, and they got like 12. And these ain't cheap cars. So it's good that they're able to learn how to, I would hope, learn how to manage their money better. Of course, a lot of these kids who are successful in sports, unfortunately, their parents, their brothers and sisters don't have a lot of money. So now they can do something that Miss
Right.
Quest said, that they're passionate
Right.
about, that
Right.
their God given talent, that
Yes.
they can now use that, and don't necessarily have to wait till they get to the
Right.
NBA, but they can help out their family, especially in college, because college tuition is expensive,
Right.
and a lot of them are on basketball scholarships.
Right.
Their parents really couldn't afford um, to do that. So now they can help their parents, like, hey, thank you helping me out, guide me. I'm doing pretty good. I can help out, here go a couple. So that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. And to answer Jordan Boone's question about the Supreme Court, yeah, they are majority Republican, but sometimes they
Yep.
get some things right. Like they just do, and that was just the right decision. They probably went strictly by case law. This wasn't something
Hmm.
that was up for debate, that was like some type of partisan thing, like you go to your side, Republicans and Democrat, like Roe v. Wade, like the abortion
Hmm.
thing. That absolutely, the Republicans are going to act a fool at the Supreme Court, and they're going to try to get rid of it. So, but yes, you are right. It is the Supreme Court is majority Republican, but this
Yeah.
wasn't a partisan issue where um, they were like, we're gonna stick it to the Dems. This wasn't that kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? So that's why this happened, and thank God that it helps, and hopefully this young man saves that money. So my last story is we're gonna talk about Texas again. It's always Texas. Texas is always in the news. My God.
Oh,
Oh, geez, they're always
their
doing
governor's
something.
a horrible person.
Is they're just canceling everything in Texas. They want to cancel everything Black history, which is American history. And before I get into that, I just want to clarify something with critical race theory, because I see that it's getting all jumbled up and muddled and confused. So there is a difference between critical race theory and Black history, right? Everyone is fighting to have Black history remain in the classrooms, that kids should know about um, and slavery. Kids should know about civil rights. Kids should know about civil rights martyrs. Like all of that stuff, kids need to be taught. Critical race theory is something totally different. So we, as Democrats, we have to stop saying, there's a Black history fact, and like, this is why critical race theory needs to be taught in school. That's why Republicans are like, we don't want critical race theory taught in school. Like, so you're fighting the wrong fight.
Hmm.
It's Black history that they're trying to erase. They're not erasing critical race theory. They really can't. Critical race theory is literally a theory that you learn in law school. It's how to theorize critically on how laws interact with racism. We ain't teaching 10-year-olds that. How to think critically about how laws interact with racism. So you see, two different things, but Republicans are so good at their messaging, how they got us so mixed up. So we're saying we want critical race theory in schools, and then meanwhile, they're creeping through the back door, erasing our Black history. You see how that worked? You see how they got us sidetracked into something that we shouldn't even be talking about. Like, we should not be talking about. They're literally erasing our history here right now. Texas Republicans are canceling Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech. They don't want "I Have a Dream" speech in school curriculums. "I Have a Dream" speech, the same speech that every racist on Twitter tries to take stuff out of and like manipulate it to fit their narrative. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They also want to take out the civil rights movement. They don't want that in the curriculum. How do you teach history without the civil rights movement? I don't even
Right?
how can that even happen? Wait, we're just gonna get rid of like the 60s? Like the 60s? Like we're just gonna skip? But
Like, how do we can't do that.
we can't even, because then like prior to that, people were enslaved. So if you're skipping slavery too, like we're just going from what the war, like I'm so confused with how they're gonna do it's a mess. So they're trying to get rid of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. They want to get rid of slavery. They want to get rid of the women's suffrage movement. So, because, God forbid we have anything about women fighting for rights too in the history books. Why would we want that? We don't want kids and women to feel strong about who they are. So we just take that out. So, we'll be okay with them.
You don't
Right.
need that. You don't
We,
need
we,
that.
we don't need any women's anything in there. Let's just get it out.
What is that, huh?
Like, they're trying to hide the fact that racism is a social construct. That means that racism was invented. Racism didn't just come out of the thin air. They invented it. They did. The very thing that they invented, they are trying to hide. That's a crazy thing. They invented racism. Black, white is supreme, white supremacy. So that, and then created a whole system built for them to, succeed, and for others to just not succeed, right? And they're trying to hide it. So I have news for them. There's Google. So as much as you try to hide it, you can't hide Google. Like these kids are gonna know. There's stuff that I try to hide from my kids, and they just look it up and start asking me, what is this? I'm just like, oh my God, where did you hear that?
Right?
Because they're gonna look it up themselves. And if they're not looking it up, guess what? Y'all's kids are going to be kind of dumb, because you know what
Yeah.
we're going to do? We're going to teach our kids this history. Our kids are going to know where they came from. We're not going to hide slavery from them. That is absolutely ridiculous. There are going to be movies that are coming out. There are going to be books that are coming out. So y'all can keep trying to cancel these things if you want. Texas, y'all got to get out and vote. Y'all just got to get out and vote. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just get out and vote. Well, this is why voting is so important. 2022 is going to be very, very important.
It
Um,
is. It is.
yeah, it really
Across
is.
the board. Across the board,
Right,
because a lot of on the national level
right,
and on the state level across the board, because
right,
a lot of the state at the state level make up the house.
right, right.
And we want the super majority in the house. Miss Quest talked about that a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
If you haven't heard that, you need to go check out some of our previous episodes. But
That's
she talked
right.
about that. We talked about that,
Right,
you know. And the Senate, we can get stuff past the House. We know this. We understand that. It's almost like shooting, fish in a barrel or whatever those sayings are. So we kind of have that. But
right, right,
the Senate, it's up for grabs. And if you think about a lot of the things that we want passed, where has it gotten hung up at? In the Senate.
right,
Even now, Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, even now,
right,
things that
right.
we want are getting hung up in the Senate. In the Senate. This is why 2022 is going to be very, very important across the board. So yeah, wanted to add to that. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No, no, it's fine. It's very important in the local government, because this is where this is happening at the local level. So that's definitely important. So we're going to close out, everyone. We're going to close out with our new segment. American history is Black history. So recognize that. Um, up tonight is Paul Revere Williams. Dig the name.
Right?
Born February 18th, 18. Wait, you know what? Before I do this, because we have to give you another reminder. Please subscribe, like, share. Okay, back to Paul Revere Williams, born February 18th, 1894, in Los Angeles, California. He died January 23rd, 1980, at the age of 85. Paul Revere Williams, renowned architect. He perfected the skill of rendering his drawings upside down. In the
Wow.
1920s, many of his white clients were uncomfortable sitting next to a black man. So he drafted upside down and sat across from them. And that is the
Wow.
end. So, everyone, thank you. Thank you for coming. That was our Black History is American History. American History is Black History. Everyone,
Right?
have a good weekend. And we're
Yeah. And
out.
we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Tune
we
in for
will.
another good show.
Bye bye, guys.
Peace.